Well, welcome back YouTube. My name is Carl, this is from Plot to Plate, No Dig Allotment. I'm not in the allotment as you can see. I'm up on my decking in my polytunnel at the moment. Enjoying the warmth in the polytunnel. It was down to 1.5 degrees yesterday and now we're up to 17.9 degrees and it's still rising. Yesterday's temperature was 31.7 maximum temperature, so yeah, it's quite nice in the polytunnel, just sitting here at the moment, just relaxing. But there's no time to relax in the gardening world. It's all systems go. As you can see in the heading and the title of this video, war has begun. Not literal war, thank goodness, but the war for growing potatoes. So I'm going to introduce you to a lady now. Her name is Rebecca. She's my significant other, I will say, at this moment in time. And she is going to show you how she grows her first early potatoes. She's about an hour drive from me, living in a place called Porthcawl, that area. I'm living in the valleys, which climates are slightly different. It's a lot warmer down there, so she might have a little bit of an advantage on me, but time will tell. Time will tell. So she's got 4 first early seed potatoes, and she'll tell you about that variety. And I've also got 4 first early potatoes, and we're going to plant them in a bucket. And we're going to do sort of video through the year, through the growing season, just to show you how they are coming on. And we're going to basically have a bit of a competition to so who will grow the heaviest harvest at the end of the season. So stay tuned for that later on in the year. But yeah, so it's a bit of a competition at the moment. The gauntlet's been put down. So all the supporters for Carl, put in the comments below. All the supporters for Rebecca. It's not going to happen, Beck. You're not going to win. I'm going to win. I'm determined to win. I will not live it down if I lose. I can't lose. No, just joking. This can be a healthy bit of fun, growing these potatoes and have this bit of competition together. So I'll put you on to her now. So here she comes and she'll introduce herself and show you what she's doing in her bucket. Here we go.
Hi, my name's Rebecca. I've been set a challenge by Carl we're going to have a bit of a challenge to see who can do the best first early potatoes. So I'm choosing my Duke of Yorks. I've had them chitting for a while, so you can see if I bring them a bit closer. They're doing really well. So I'm going to do 4 in this pot. It's about a 30-litre pot. It's just got some general sort of all-purpose compost in there, but I've also added a little bit of potato and veg fertilizer, just a handful, mixed it in just to give them an extra bit of boost. So because they're first earlies, they don't grow up, they send out their shoots sideways, so they're all going to grow on one level. So I'm going to put 4 potatoes in here, 2 about 2/3 of the way down the pot, and then 2 just about 1/3 of the way down the pot, and then we're going to see then in a couple of weeks time or months time how well they grow. So I'm going to choose, go down quite deep now, and I'll put 1 in. You don't want any of these shoots coming out of the sides either. You just want 1 or 2 coming out of the top. So that's going in quite deep, like I say, about 2/3 of the way down. 1 there, and then 1 opposite. So I'll just take it down. They should do pretty well in these pots. There's plenty of room for them. So that's those 2 in. So I've put 1 at the front and 1 at the back. Now I'm going to put 1 on each side, but only about 1/3 of the way down with the other 2 potatoes that I've got ready chitted. So 1, and then 1 in here. And that basically is it. Just gonna wait and see. I'm not watering them at the moment because this pot's been out over the last couple of days and we've had loads of rain, so it's really sort of it's wet, really. It's quite wet, so I'm not going to water them at the moment, but obviously as they're in a container, once the weather dries out a bit, we'll have to keep an eye on that and keep it moist. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Bye for now.
So that was Rebecca. That's how she grew, or she's growing her first early potatoes. 2 about 3/4 of the way down, 3 or 4 inches from the bottom. Opposite that, she'll put another 2 which is further up the bucket. Like she said, first early and second early potatoes actually grow on the same level, so there's no need just to put them in 2 sets, or 2 potatoes I should say, in a 35 litre bucket and waste all that compost above it. You may as well utilise that space, is what she's doing. So it's my turn now to plant mine, so let go. Let's do it, Carl. Come on, Team Carl, Team Carl. So guys, here he goes. So this is no rocket science. Like Rebecca said, I'm going to plant, just like she have, 4 potatoes, but at 2 different levels. The first level, first thing I want to tell you, really, my bucket's slightly different to hers. I've got pre-drilled holes, and she's already got pre-drilled holes on hers, but these holes, rather I should say, not pre-drilled, these are ones I've put in myself, and I've added a couple of extra just around the sides as well. Okay, this is a 35 litre bucket. I've got a bag of compost. Rebecca had, I'm not sure what compost she's had, but it's not about what compost it is, it's about the weight of the potatoes. So she could have used any compost that she wanted. I'm going to be using Miracle-Gro multi-purpose compost, because there's a bit of a feed in this initially as well, so I'm hoping that that's going to give me an advantage. Anyway, so what am I going to do? Let's crack on and just fill the first bucket. So as you can see, the holes are in the bottom. I'm going to fill it up about 3 or 4 inches. Okay. I'll show you this now. I can avoid making a mess. Just breaking the lumps up. So that's what I've got at the moment, 3 or 4 inches at the bottom, you can see. So the seed potatoes are already chitted, like Rebecca's were. I'm going to put mine on different angles because the bucket's like square. So I'm going to put one in the corner there and another one in the corner here. Now with all of these, I've done the same as Rebecca. I've just left 2 chits on the top, and I've rubbed off the ones that were coming out to the side. Some of these had 5 or 6 chits, and while it's okay, it will produce a lot of growth, it's very unlikely you'll produce a lot of potatoes with a lot of chits. So ideally 2, maybe max 3 is just what you need to get enough yield and decent sized potato. Otherwise you might have a lot of small ones in the bucket. So you can see the 2 are in there. I'm going to fill that up now to halfway. Okay, no fertilizers added with this at all, just plain compost. All right, so I filled it up to the next level. In fact, I could do with a bit more in it, like so. Just break up the lumps like. And while I'm doing this in the polytunnel, it will be going outside like Rebecca's is, so it's not going to have an advantage by being in the polytunnel in the warm. It will be outside as well. So the other 2 now, so I put them in these corners. Now I'm going to put them in the opposite side now. Sure, I put them in these corners, let me double check. Oh, it was them corners, so it's the opposite side. So 1 potato there and 1 potato there, and you can see it's just the opposite corners, because like Rebecca quite rightly said, that early potatoes will grow just on one level. First earlies and second earlies will grow on one level, so there's no point in putting 2 potatoes right at the bottom of the bucket with like 3 or 4 inches of compost and then fill in 12 inches of compost on top, because all that room you'll have is just wasted. That compost is wasted, so why not put potatoes in that level to use it, maximize it, you know? And that's the key really, and that's what we are both doing. So now it's just to top in the bucket off, and then that's it. Then it'll be put outside like Rebecca's. So question is, who's going to get the heaviest, guys? I'm not competitive. I just want to win. It's a good bit of fun though. It's a good bit of fun. Whatever happens, it's a good bit of fun. I like a bit of a challenge, to be honest. And in all honesty, she's a really good gardener, that girl of mine. And I'm hoping that that continues, and then she can look after this place. You know, the polytunnel will end on the plot, or we can be doing it together. Anyway, there's my first earlies. Variety that went in was called Rocket. So we got different varieties, but they both first early. Let's just see who wins. Well, I'm going to win, of course. So thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Next video you'll probably see all these seedlings, lettuce, different varieties. I got brassicas, I got beetroot, I got mustard, I got peas. These things will be planted in this polytunnel, but in trays. I'm planting things now in some trays, along with my cucumbers, aubergines, peppers, and so forth. So keep an eye out for that video coming next. Okay, so these will be planted in containers running alongside where I'm sitting, pretty much, so I can just come from the kitchen, pick up the lettuce and wait to go. But that'll be in the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Bye for now.